Get rugby updates directly to your inbox plus subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Could not subscribe? Try again later. Invalid email. Thousands of debates will take place on both sides of the Severn Bridge in the run-up to an England-Wales Six Nations clash at Twickenham that is as hotly anticipated as ever. Who will win? Who will the key players? How will the match pan out? What are the most important areas of battle? We put these issues to our panel of experts and here are the responses. 1. Where will the game be decided? Mark orders. There are so many key areas, including the breakdown, where the presence of multiple Scarlets players should help Wales, while both sides will be desperate to win the collisions. But it is in the front five where the game will be settled, with the challenge for the visitors being whether they can set in place a platform to play their expansive game. Rob Lloyd, George Ford and Owen Farrell ran the show in Rome, with Ford's loop around setting up both first-half tries for Anthony Watson. Wales have to disrupt that axis. For Wales, quick ball will be key to their attacking ambitions. That means Josh Navida and co gaining the upper hand at the breakdown, like they did against the Scots. Delm Parfit. If Wales can go to Twickenham and play with the Scarlets like ambition they displayed against the Scots, and execute it successfully, then England will find them very hard to stop. Warren Gatland's men must not change tack. They have to have a go from everywhere. Simon Thomas. The key for me is which defense gets on top because you have two sides here who provided immediate evidence of their attacking potency on the opening weekend of the championship. If Wales fail to negate the influence the Ford-Farrell axis, then trouble will brew, and the same goes for England if they allow the visitors to get their offloading game going. Ben James. The back row could be crucial if Wales are to carry on playing their Scarlets-inspired all-court game at Twickenham. If Wales get parity in the front five, Josh Navida and Aaron Shingler showed enough breakdown news to at least trouble England's somewhat unbalanced back row. Paul Rees. The Guardian. In the performance of the two defences, England used the loop tactic to good effect against Italy, so how Wales deal with that will be key. Wales found gaps against Scotland, but England at Twickenham is a different matter. Matthew Southcombe. Getting on the right side of referee Jerome Garces at the breakdown is going to go a long way to deciding this one. Speed of ball is everything for Wales's style of play, and if they get quick, clean ball whilst being able to make a mess of England's, then it'll give them a great chance. Andrew Baldock. Press Association. The scrum. It may not be quite as influential as it once was, but referee Jerome Garces will oversee it expertly, and whichever team gains the upper hand will have a huge advantage. In particular, Wales's prospects will soar if they go well at the set piece. 2. Who will be the most important player for each side? Mark orders. England. Owen Farrell. The man recently voted the best player in the world as the midfield general is a winner to his core and a huge influence. Wales. Alan Wynne-Jones. He sets the tone up front for his team and is capable of lifting not only his own game but that of others. Rob Lloyd. England. Owen Farrell. Warren Gatland and Rob Howley will know all about the Saracens' controlling influence from last summer's Lions tour. Farrell will look to bring runners off him inside and out. Is a huge influence on this England side. Wales. Rhys Patchell. Who else? The spotlight will be firmly on the Scarlets' pivot in the wake of Eddie Jonas' comments. He is in the form of his life and this is the biggest game of his career. Delm Parfit. England. Chris Robshaw. That he's not a natural out-and-out openside is being singled out as a potential weakness. But if he plays to his maximum, he could be a match winner with teammates feeding off his work rate and industriousness. It could go one of two ways. Wales. Hadla Parks. So much responsibility lies with the No. 12 in terms of Wales implementing their attacking strategy. The Kiwi needs to bring his error-free A game to the party. Simon Thomas. England. Mako Vunipola. There can be few more influential props in world rugby, with the Saracens' loosehead playing such a big role with his carrying, tackling and scrummaging. Wales. Alan Wynne-Jones. Always a warrior. The lock has now added a real ball handling, linking dimension to his game. Plus, winding him up may not have been the best idea from Eddie Jones. Ben James. England. Danny Kerr. The longtime finisher has made just 6 starts for England under Eddie Jones. Has he got what it takes to drive England forward from the first whistle? Wales. Reece Patchell. Seems obvious given the media scrutiny about whether he can even step up, but the fly half's selfless running ability forces Wales to play a 15-man game. Paul Rees. The Guardian. England. Owen Farrell. His importance to England these days is summed up by the fact that if he plays well, England win. That won't change this weekend. Wales. Alan Wynne-Jones. Wales lack experience throughout their side, especially Six Nations experience. Jones is a vital counterbalance to that. Matthew Southcombe. England. Owen Farrell. You can't underplay his influence on the game both as a playmaker, distributor, goal kicker and all-around leader on the field. Wales. Gareth Davies. He sets the tempo and has a responsibility to keep play moving when Wales get in behind. His game management will be key. He must avoid becoming ponderous and overplaying. Andrew Baldock. Press Association. England. Anthony Watson. He is just a deadly finisher on the wing. Though I can't understand why England don't pick him at fullback. Wales. Reece Patchell. He's had the gauntlet thrown down at him by Eddie Jones, who has questioned his bottle. But Patchell can deal with this occasion. He has an innate calmness. 3. What is the biggest strength and weakness of each side? Mark Orders. England. Strength. Eddie Jones. With the Australian encouraging his players to believe in themselves. Weakness. The lack of a specialist open side is a risk against a Wales side adept at pilfering ball. Wales. Strength. That would be Warren Gatland, a coach who is good at confounding expectations. Weakness. They are without so many of their frontline players. Among them the outstanding Taulupe Faletau. Rob Lloyd. England. Strength. Individually, there isn't much to choose between the sides. But England have been a slick, confident, collective force under Jones. They are side with the winning habit, particularly at Twickenham. Weakness. The best sides in the world often possess tenacious opensides who are a menace at the breakdown. Chris Robshaw is a grafter, particularly in defence. But Wales will feel they can get the better of him over the ball. Wales. Strength. The Scarlets factor. Wales are riding the wave of the West Wallians' European heroics. Weakness. Inexperience behind the scrum. Josh Adams. Steph Evans. Hadla Parks and Patchell are all sampling the Six Nations for the first time, which England will surely try to expose on their own patch. Delm Parfit. England. Strength. Their momentum under coach Eddie Jones. Winning has become a habit, especially at Twickenham. They believe they will win every game. That is a mighty powerful tool. Weakness. Wales should target George Ford's defence because the fly half is very vulnerable. Wales. Strength. You wouldn't have said this even a short time ago, but it's their ability to counterattack from deep. Wales have a new verve and have a go-attacking mentality. If it comes off, it's very hard to stop. Weakness. For all that, both did very well against Scotland. The two wings, Steph Evans and Josh Adams, lack out-and-out gas. Simon Thomas. England. Strength. Their winning habit and the enormous self-belief that comes with a remarkable record of having lost just once during Eddie Jones' 24 games at the helm. Weakness. On the evidence of last Sunday's game out in Rome, it's their defensive vulnerability out wide. With Italy have stretched and outflanked them far too easily. Wales. Strength. The Scarlets' success looks to be really rubbing off on the national team, both in terms of the confidence the 10 West Wallian starters have brought with them and the new attacking zeal. Weakness. With so many big names missing through injury, there are a number of players with pretty limited international experience, and that could potentially be exposed in the testing surroundings of Twickenham. Ben James. England. Strength. The Ford Farrell axis. Wales experimented with two fly half in the autumn, but England already have the formula nailed down: double the tens, double the threat. Weakness. The back row. The combination of Courtney Lawes, Chris Rob Shaw and Sam Simmons offers pace, line-out options and grunt work, but, crucially, no Fetcher at the breakdown. Wales. Strength. Confidence. 10 Scarlets came into the Six Nations on a high, and now the others are buoyed after that stunning win over Scotland. Weakness. Inexperience. That lack of burden was probably what saw the shackles come off last weekend, but Twickenham is a difficult place for a team full of newcomers to visit. Paul Rees. The Guardian. England. Strength. Eddie Jones has infused them with such confidence. When matches are not going to plan, England have become adept at finding a way to win. Weakness. They will be undermined to a degree by the injury loss of scrum half Ben Youngs, who was probably the one player they didn't want to lose. Danny Kerr is a good alternative, but his style is more erratic. Wales. Strength. It's probably the confidence and encouragement they have taken from the manner of their win against Scotland. Psychologically, they are in a better place than most would have imagined. Weakness. Their inexperience. While that could also work in their favour, it is also a huge concern, as is Wales's away record in recent years. They beat England at the World Cup and Ireland in a 2015 Dublin friendly, but nothing else on their travels against top teams since. Matthew Southcombe. England. Strength. Their set piece is as efficient as they come, but if you can disrupt that, it sets you up nicely. Weakness. Their back row is as unconventional as they come, with no real poacher. It's a back row to bully, not plunder. Wales. Strength. Wales are so unpredictable at the moment. A bit like Pandora's box. You've no idea what they're about to produce. Weakness. If England spoil the ball and Wales can't play with the tempo they need to make their game plan effective, it could become an arm wrestle that they'll probably lose. Andrew Baldock. Press Association. England. Strength. They know how to win rugby matches. They've lost one of their last 24 and have shown time and again they can get themselves out of tight corners. Weakness. If you flip the above point on its head, then it's probably the expectation. England haven't lost at home in the Six Nations for 6 years. But some team will rumble them sooner or later. Wales. Strength. The emergence of the so-called unheralded players like Corey Hill, Aaron Shingler and Josh Navita. It's given the whole squad an enormous boost. Weakness. Consistency. Too often in the past, Wales have followed up a great win with a disappointing performance and a defeat. Beating England would show they are serious contenders for the World Cup. 4. What will the final score be? Mark orders. England 28-18 Wales. Home advantage matters, and so does that bit of extra experience and maybe quality that England have in a number of areas. Rob Lloyd. 24-20. It will be tight. It will be tense. But I just think England's Twickenham swagger will be enough to see them through. Delm Parfit. 32-20. I think it will be very tight for 70 minutes. But England will just pull away at the end. Simon Thomas. England 25. Wales 21. I think it will be close and Wales will play some good stuff. But England don't lose often. Especially at home. Ben James. 26-21. Wales head to HQ with far more confidence than you could possibly have imagined a week ago. But an England win still looks likely. Paul Rees. The Guardian. England 24-21 Wales. Matthew Southcombe. England 26-27 Wales. Andrew Baldock. Press Association. England 24-20 Wales.